Hey guys, this video is talking about suffering and addictions, and also just the overcoming of suffering. So first of all, a good thing understanding is that suffering is almost completely overcomable without addictions, especially drug addictions. Suffering is completely overcomable. I'm not saying that it is like really impossible if we were robots to like overcome all suffering, even with addictions, but the fact that we're humans and we have desire, this is very hard, if not a little bit impossible, just a little bit impossible, because drugs that are addictive make you crave really, really bad. And when you have light addictions, like just a little bit of an addiction to a drug, like you take it every few days, it's not, you can probably overcome the challenges, but addictions can be really terrible. And I just happen to be a person with some really nasty addictions. Just cigarettes, kratom, and coffee, that's my addictions. When they're as bad as mine, it's nearly impossible to not suffer when you're without the drug. I'd say this is one of the most challenging things a human can go through, is having a very, very, very bad addiction and then not being able to get any. You can overcome, you can just not, you might think you might just be able to not create suffering. You can just not complain, just accept it, but as an addict, you will crave. And it's a good reason to not get into drugs in the first place. If you take a drug and you have an addiction, just really don't fall into my shoes and wind up with this really nasty addiction, because it is so challenging. I'd almost say it's beyond human nature to overcome the suffering. Like, you're gonna have a little bit of suffering as an addict no matter what. There's some spiritual teachers who talk about the overcoming of suffering. Like, there was the Buddha, you got Eckhart Tolle, Ram Dass was, before he died, he was a spiritual teacher. You're just gonna have a little bit of suffering no matter what as an addict. And just, if you don't do drugs, just really work at the overcoming of suffering. And don't do drugs. Do not do drugs. Just don't try them. Okay, and if you do drugs and you have a nasty addiction like me, I'm not trying to sound hypocritical. Maybe this is a little bit, but it's a good recommendation. Just work at trying to quit your drug. I'm not trying to quit drugs right now. I'm trying to cut back on cigarettes, but that's it. It's because it's really hard. But if it's easier for you, if you feel like you can do it, definitely try and cut back on drugs, along with not creating suffering and living in the present moment and stuff, all that good spiritual stuff. If guys, that's the video. Bye.